Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. So, have you ever just walked up to your car, looked down at those black rubber rings holding the whole thing up, and noticed that incredibly long, confusing string of numbers and letters stamped on the side? I mean, most of us just think of tires as simple, boring accessories, right? But the truth is, that sidewall is actually a highly engineered secret language. And honestly, it's a language that literally keeps us safe every single time we hit the open road. Because the stakes here are incredibly high. Making uninformed modifications, or simply driving on the wrong type of rubber, can lead to some really complex issues that mess with your vehicle's performance and, more importantly, your safety. So today, we're going to solve a central mystery. What does a random-looking code like 225/60R1691V actually mean? Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start by looking at the secret tire language, then decode size and shape, check out the skeleton and rim, dive into load and speed limits, figure out how to find the expiry date, and finally, wrap up with exactly why this code matters. All right, section 1, the secret tire language. You know, the sidewall of your tire isn't just some blank billboard for a manufacturer's logo. It actually contains absolutely vital dimensions and limits. Take a look at the complex anatomy of a modern passenger car radial tire here. It's wild. It's composed of up to 25 different structural parts and 12 different rubber compounds. So yeah, that black rubber ring is a seriously high-tech product, stamped with a code we literally trust our lives with. Okay, moving on to section 2, decoding size and shape. Let's actually crack this code, starting right on the left with those first three numbers, 225. This basically represents the physical footprint of the tire on the asphalt. It's the section width, measured in millimeters, straight from one sidewall to the other. Simply put, the larger this number is, the wider the tire. Right after the slash, we've got the number 60. Now, this is the aspect ratio. So you might think this means 60 millimeters. Actually, scratch that. It's not a direct measurement at all. It represents the sidewall height as a strict percentage of that section width we just talked about. So the height of this particular tire's sidewall is 60% of 225 millimeters, which comes out to roughly 135 millimeters. This aspect ratio totally dictates the tire's profile. A taller sidewall, maybe a 65 or an 80, acts like a big cushion for a much smoother, comfortable ride. But a lower number, like a 35 or 40, that gives you that cool, low-profile, sporty aesthetic with much stiffer handling. Let's keep going. Section 3, the skeleton and rim. Diving into the internal bones of the tire, the letter R in our code actually throws a lot of people off. They mistakenly think it stands for rim. Nope, it actually stands for radial construction. If you look closely at how it's built, the internal fabric cords, which are often made of polyester or steel, run exactly perpendicular to the direction of travel, radiating right out from the center. And this was a massive, game-changing leap in engineering compared to the older bias ply or diagonal tires, where the cords were arranged in this rigid, crisscross pattern. Modern radials give you flexible sidewalls that absorb road shocks way better. They provide better fuel efficiency because of lower rolling resistance, and they give you a much longer, more even tread life. It's the whole shebang. Right after that R, we have the number 16. This next number in our sequence simply dictates the rim diameter in inches, which ensures the tire fits perfectly on your specific wheel. Oh, and a quick word of warning from our sources here, you absolutely cannot mix metric rims, like those older TRX 390s, with regular inch-measured tires. No way. They have to match exactly. Next up, section 4, load and speed limits. Okay, so this is where we transition from just talking about physical size to critical safety limits, which is known in the industry as the service description. First up is the load index, which is 91 in our example. Now, crucially, 91 isn't a direct weight in kilograms or pounds. It's an index number. If we consult a standard load index matrix, we can see that a 91 translates to a maximum carrying capacity of exactly 615 kilograms per tire when it's correctly inflated. And the final letter? That's the speed rating. This indicates the absolute maximum safe handling speed for the tire under manufacturer testing conditions. In our example code, V means the tire is rated for speeds all the way up to 240 kilometers per hour. It's essentially a performance rating that reflects the tire's ability to manage extreme heat and maintain stability at high speeds. All right, section 5, finding the expiry date. So, with the main sizing code fully cracked, there is one more crucial hidden detail, The born-on date, because yep, tires absolutely expire. To find out how old yours are, just follow these exact steps. Step 1, hunt down the letters DOT on the sidewall, which proves it passed Department of Transportation safety standards. Step 2, locate the tire identification number right next to it. And step 3, isolate the very last 4 digits. The first 2 numbers reflect the week, and the last 2 indicate the year of manufacturer. So if you see a stamp like 2910, that means the tire was built in the 29th week of 2010. Keep these exact visual markers in mind when you're hunting down that DOT code. And hey, while you're scanning the sidewall, keep an eye out for other specific performance symbols too. For instance, if you spot a mountain and snowflake icon, that proves the tire has been specially engineered and tested to perform in severe winter conditions, specifically below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So, the absolute crucial takeaway here is that rubber ages and degrades regardless of how good the tread looks. As our sources highlight regarding vehicle safety inspections, regulators often only check what they can visually see and measure, like tread depth, and they might not fail a tire just based on the DOT data alone. But manufacturer recommendations clearly state that tires should be replaced every 6 to 10 years. You really have to advocate for your own safety here, because the regulatory minimum doesn't always cover invisible rubber degradation. Finally, Section 6, why this code matters. Honestly, mastering this decoder ring is an absolute must, because getting these specifications wrong leads to some severe real-world consequences. If you underspecify the load index, your tire can overheat, deform, and wear out prematurely, making random changes to the aspect ratio that can completely throw off your vehicle's speedometer, your ABS, and your stability control systems. Ultimately, ignoring the load and speed ratings dramatically increases your chance of sudden, catastrophic highway blowouts. It can even void your insurance compliance. Which brings us to the ultimate question for you. How old are the shoes on your car right now? I challenge you, after this explainer, go outside today, walk up to your vehicle, and apply your new decoding skills. Read the width, check the aspect ratio, verify the load index, and most importantly, hunt down that DOT code to see exactly when they were born. Your life literally rides on those 4 little patches of rubber, so are you absolutely sure they're safe to drive on? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.